Hi everyone in English 1301, it's Dr. E and I'm here with your week 2 instructional video. I would typically be in the video, but it was a very rough night with a very sick pet who is just fine now, no worries. But I look the way I feel, so I thought it better to not, force you to see that. So for this week, I want to go to D2L and show you kind of where to go and what to do. The first thing to note is this announcement section. It's going to become very important, so make sure you're updating your notifications. Remember, you can do that by going to your name and selecting notifications, then following those instructions. The digital book has caused some problems for some of you, so if you purchased that through the Lone Star College bookstore, there are some specific instructions on what you need to do, and you can access that here. So just make sure, and I put the number for the bookstore down here at the bottom, so just make sure you're taking your time to read those announcements as they're posted. If you purchased the text through Norton, the publisher, then you should have specific instructions that were emailed to you from them. Okay, I'm going to go to the content area, and remember all the resources here on the left-hand side are here for you. MLA, D2L, and Tech Help, all of that. I'm just going to week 2's module, and this should be a familiar kind of image because it's taken directly from our course schedule. So we're moving into some reading, but it is a reading that I will provide for you. So it's an article entitled "What is Academic Writing?" and it's by Irvin. And this is something I really enjoy starting the semester with because Irvin does a great job of just breaking down this notion of what is writing in college. Like we all have some different ideas perhaps and maybe different experiences. So Irvin really, in an approachable way, explains some of those things to us and helps debunk some myths. So this week, this is the breakdown of everything that's available on Monday. You're watching the video right now. I want you to take some time to look at Dr. K's video that has been posted. Remember, Dr. K is our writing and academic support, so over here on the left-hand side. Here's some info that Dr. K has offered, and then this is a link to the video as well. This is something, it's important to understand what resources are available to you, but also to know that Dr. K and I are a team. We are colleagues. We work together, and this is how a support team works, right? I am here for kind of more of the assignment specifics and more of those details and support. Dr. K is really there and wanting to help when it comes to various things. So if you watch the video, you'll get an idea of what Dr. K is specifically there to support you for. There is a prompt posted in the discussion board. You do have a written response due on Sunday and a student survey. So it looks like a heavy week, but it is not. Some of these things will not take you as long as you might think. So just make sure you're planning your time wisely. You're watching the video that will appear here, and then you have a link to Dr. K's video. Just as a note, review the syllabus, right? Review the syllabus, review the course schedule. You can find those things again right here. I know it's overwhelming, so I'm trying to kind of just keep showing you so that become familiar. Just click around to take some time. Here's a link to Irvin's reading, which is a PDF. Remember that you can download your own version, free student version of Adobe, as well as the Microsoft Office suite. This is what Irvin's text looks like. If you open it and see this, you might think, well, where's the text? Do I have to click on this? What do I do? Just scroll down. This is just kind of the cover page, and then Irvin's text begins. Okay, so make sure you're taking some time. Don't try to force all the reading and all the videos at once. Take a break. Make sure that you're reading this text when you're the most alert, when you have the time. And take notes as you read if that's something that's helpful. Make sure that you are engaging in the reading versus just kind of passively scrolling through the pages, or if you print it out, just passively flipping. We don't want to do that, especially with Irvin, because I think this is just he has really set up essentially a writing semester in a great way. All right, so down here we have the to-do section. I've put the week 2 discussion first because it is due on Thursday. Remember that discussions do not have that grace period. So those uploaded assignments like the written response or the quiz, there is that 48-hour grace period that does not negatively impact your grade. But discussions are different because you need to provide your colleagues with time to respond by Sunday. That's when all those responses are due. So there really isn't that same kind of leeway. So make sure that you are putting this in your calendar, or just having a reminder set, something that helps make sure that by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. you have posted your response. So if you click on that, remember to start your thread with your name and chosen pronouns, okay, for the subject line. That just helps me, it helps Dr. K, it helps your colleagues. So for the purposes this week, paragraphs should be about 4 to 5 sentences, so this is going to be a push for some of you, and some of you are going to have to kind of limit your paragraph length, and this is just so that we have kind of the standard amount of writing. Take time for revisions and edits. I always suggest that folks draft in Microsoft Word, just because D2L can time out or even go out sometimes, but there are also the grammar and spelling check features. Have you downloaded Grammarly? And then you can copy and paste your writing into the text box. Don't upload a document. So this week, in one paragraph, I want you to identify the myth you most relate to from Irvin's article. Can you remember where you learned or internalized this myth? Do you still believe it, even though Irvin is really trying to say that these are just myths? Why or why not? You'll want to directly reference Irvin's articles, so if you are quoting word for word, make sure you're using those quotation marks because it's plagiarism if you don't, and a page number. So I've given you an example here of how to do that. You don't have to include a quote if you are just, so if you're referencing the dating Spider-Man myth, this will make sense when you read it, the dating Spider-Man myth, on what page is Irvin talking about that? And you can just put that in parentheses after you paraphrase those ideas. So I'm just trying to ease us into MLA formatting as well. Okay, so you click Start a New Thread, make sure you put your name in the subject line, and make sure that you click Post. Okay, so I'm going back to week 2. So after the discussions due on Thursday, you do have a written response that is due on Sunday. You can certainly work on this ahead of time, of course. So we're going to get more formal as the weeks progress, and we will have a rubric and a video that explains everything, but I want us to ease into this idea of writing. So I want you to consider, hold on, I must pause. So I want you to consider Irvin's writing, and in 2 to 3 paragraphs, create your own writing history that explains you as a writer. So everyone's different. This is not, I'm not trying to give you a formula to fill out with this. Just in 2 to 3 paragraphs, think about what experiences with writing do you carry, whether those are good or bad. What's your earliest writing memory? Was it great or not so great? Where do you think you learned some of those writing myths Irvin identifies? Remember, if you're referencing his work, to use quotation marks, page numbers, that kind of thing. How has this myth impacted you as a writer? So you don't have to answer these specific questions, but I want you to just really think about, coming into this course, what is your story of being a writer? And really be specific. I don't want generalizations about, well, I've always written and I'm writing a novel, and more specific. So what's a specific experience, or perhaps a specific instructor or teacher who made an impact? If you do want to talk about things that you write, be specific. So just something to think about. You'll want your submission to follow MLA guidelines. So please use this template. Please. Okay. If you click on the template and open it, this is what it looks like. So all you need to do is go in and enter your information here. Shh, sorry, dog growling. If you double click at the top, this is how you change the header, which you need. So you'll want to put your last name here, double click outside of that to see how it's grayed out. That just means that Microsoft Word is going to take care of that for you on every page. And then you can just change the title to Written Response 1 or something like that. I'm not I don't care too much about that right now. So you'll indent your paragraphs, begin your text here, and then when you save your document, I'm going to click File and Save As. It's kind of outside your view, but when I click Save As, please make sure you're saving it as something recognizable. So maybe written WR1, and then, ret comp, or something that is specific. I cannot tell you how many times, and then you would click Save. Make sure that it is the right format. It needs to be a Word document or a PDF. Those are the only two options. If you have a Mac, do not upload in Pages. Just don't do it. I can't tell you how many times students have accidentally uploaded the template with nothing in it. That's a 0 grade right off the bat, right? So make sure you're saving it and finding it to then go to D2L to upload, right? So when you click Upload, you can easily locate, based on whatever it's named, okay, instead of finding the basic MLA template document. Make sure that you then click Submit when you have uploaded your document. And in D2L, you should receive a confirmation email for uploading a document, so you can always double check that way. All right, so you'll also want to submit this course survey, and the link is here, and this will take about 15 minutes. It could take a little longer depending on your responses, so set aside some time to do that. Don't do everything at once, please. That's just too much, so take your time, take breaks. And then you have a week 2 quiz, which is based on everything. This video, it is based on Dr. K's video. So make sure that you're taking your time. All right. All these resources are available here, so you can click through and double check and just really start to get used to the course. If you have any questions, make sure you're going here and posting in the Q&A discussion board. I appreciate that there's already been a post, there's already been a question. And note that, you can question anonymously, so you don't have to share your name if you don't want to. And if you know the answer to somebody's question, by all means, jump in and let them know the answer. I'll be in there and I can say, yep, that's absolutely right. Whoever posted the response did an amazing job. A lot of you have posted in the student-only chat, which is wonderful. Again, I can't access it, so no worries. Form some group chats or group me's or whatever works, right? So just a reminder there. So remember, y'all, I'm here for you. Dr. K is here for you. So we really want you to see us as resources. We're going to try to schedule an open discussion next week, probably in the evening, because I know many of you work, have children, have schedules that are difficult. So we'll try to schedule maybe a Zoom chat where you can just jump on and ask a quick question or just kind of see us face to face. It's just a way for us to interact, but also I can pull up D2L and walk you through something if you have a specific question. So just something to keep an eye out for next week, because by then we want to really be getting to a place of comfort with moving around D2L. So if you have any of those remaining questions, we really want to address them. All right, y'all. Good luck this week. Take care. We are here to support you. Good luck.